Hey guys, this is Legman 2005, and today we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the new Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man. Alright guys, so here is He-Man in the box. It's pretty much the same thing as Skeletor's box. You know, you got the retro play, modern posing, He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. Got the Masters of the Universe logo up there, the new for 20. The bottom. Back has a cross sell of all the other figures, and of course I reviewed that. If you guys want to go check that out. A very nice piece of artwork of He-Man right here in front of Castle Grayskull. It shows that you can put the sword in his hand and you can twist him around because it's a bunch of posing. So yeah, that's about all there is for the packaging. So let's take him out here and see how cool he actually is. So we're just gonna rip this box. Be free. There again is the Beast Garage comic. All these guys come with the same mini comic. You can go watch my Skeletor review for a more in-depth look. Well, not in-depth, but you know, just look at the pages inside. So here we go. Release He-Man. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Just the definition of beefcake, pretty much. You can see he's got a holster in the back there. That'll probably come into play later. This would probably be easier if I had scissors, but I'm too lazy to get up and go find scissors. Alright, so I'm gonna cut and I'll be back. Hey guys, so here's He-Man opened up and out of his packaging. And he is a really cool figure, I have to say. He does come with 3 accessories, a lot of accessories for this figure. Comes with his battle axe, shield, which I really like this shield, and his half of the power sword. Blah. I can't get my words out today. So yeah, so let's get a closer look at these weapons. This is the battle axe. Very nice. I do wish it had more paint though. It's kind of bland, and the original figure did have a little bit more paint on it as well. Maybe like just some like red right here, something like that. Maybe some silver on the blades, you know. Here's the shield. It's very cartoony, you know. It doesn't really come off very well on camera, but in person it's very kind of like cartoony, you know. And it basically how this works is you slide this part, oh, wrong side. You slide this part onto his hand, and then the other side clips on like that. Joints are really stiff on this figure, actually. So yeah. And I did actually get this at a Walmart store because they actually had a lot in stock. So here is the power sword, which is done in a very nice chrome sort of plastic. It does have a little swirl right here. And if you have He-Man's half of the power sword and Skeletor's half of the power sword, you can see that there's some holes in here and some tabs in here. You can combine them to make a whole power sword. It is a bit weird with one side being silver and one side being purple, but, you know, you can have either He-Man or Skeletor hold it and have a whole power sword. So yeah, you can do that. So let's get on to the figure himself. This is the most powerful man in the universe. And he looks very tan and very muscular and blonde. Let's take a look at the details. I like that the wrist gauntlets are painted on the new version. They weren't in the old version. And he does share the same like body type as Skeletor because they're all just a base mold and some parts are different. Like, of course, these forearm parts are different and this hand is different. And this crotch piece was on Skeletor. It was just covered up by his extra loincloth. Of course, this whole body is the same. And I believe this was also the same on him. But yeah, very nice head sculpt. It's very simple, but it gets the job done, you know? I like his, this reminds me of a fire hydrant. I don't know why, but it just does. I like these spots of red here. And you can take this armor off. You see there's just a pin right there that can unhook and it'll unfurl. And I did not mention this in the last video, but you can swap parts with other figures. So I have Skeletor's bottom half. And the way that works, you just... This one's really tight in this figure, so allow me to cut. It's really simple, just kind of take them apart. You can see what that's like on the inside, and you can put Skeletor's bottom half on him. You can also swap out the arms, like that. And pretty much everything except for here and here, pretty much. And obviously the feet. But you can swap out these parts right here. But they're just really hard to do, so I would not recommend it. But it's just a fun little play feature for kids. So they can make their own heroes and have some fun with that. Now for articulation, it's exactly the same as Skeletor's. So you can go back to that video and see the articulation on him. But if you don't want to, I'm going to show the articulation anyway. So the head is on a dumbbell ball joint, which means it has two balls at the end of it and a little rod connecting them. So we can look up that far, look down that far, a full 360. The arms are on a pin hinge, so you can go out that far, go all the way around. The elbows are on a swivel and a hinge. The hands are also on a pin hinge, so they can swivel and hinge right here. The waist is on a swivel. I don't believe I mentioned that in my Skeletor video, but the legs are on a ball joint, so they can kick forward this far and kick back that far, not really much. The legs are on a pin hinge, so they can hinge like that and swivel right here. The thighs are on a swivel too, like that, and that's where you can disconnect it and swap parts with another figure. The ankles are on a hinge, and they also do have an ankle pivot. Now for a size comparison, I've been bringing him up the whole video, so let's bring him in. Skeletor! Yeah. So there is Skeletor next to He-Man. See how they pretty much scale together. So yeah. And here is a McDonald's Kung Fu Panda monkey toy. There's a size comparison there. And so, yeah. Or, there. So that's it for size comparisons. Moving on to final thoughts. Go, guys. There is the Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man. It is a very nice figure. It's pretty much the basic figure out of this, and the most basic figure out of this entire line, because it is a very simple figure. It comes with the most accessories that I believe that any of the figures come with, but it is like the most basic figure that you can get out of this line. I would say that like Beastman is one of the most extravagant figures out of the line, at least for wave 1 of just the figures. And yeah, I think he comes with a lot of cool accessories. I think that the thing where you can do He-Man's Power Sword and Skeletor's Power Sword and you can lock them together, I think that is really cool. And yeah, so this has been the Lego Man 2005, signing off. Bye.